Roxanne Perez says Liv Morgan should be happy with her Judgment Day success. Hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. I am Elena. Have a nice day. For the latest news update, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Roxanne Perez has fit right in without the Judgment Day. But things could get complicated once Liv Morgan returns from injury. With Morgan currently sidelined due to a shoulder issue, Perez has taken her spot in the faction, and the dynamic may not be so smooth when the original member comes back. Speaking on the Wrestling Classic, Perez addressed her current Judgment Day run and how things are shifting within the group. She admitted it took time, but even Raquel Rodriguez, who initially seemed skeptical, has started to embrace her. I'm loving it. What better faction to be a part of than one of the best in WWE history? I got voted in, so I'm very happy about that. And I think, Raquel, she's warming up to me a little bit. I got the win for her on Monday Night Raw, and we got the win at Evolution. So, I don't know, I feel like I proved myself to her. And I think, who better to have as a tag partner than me? But the real heat came when the topic shifted to Liv Morgan. The host pointed out that Liv didn't exactly seem thrilled with Roxanne before her injury. Perez kept it light, but didn't exactly deny the awkwardness. We'll see what happens. She should be happy for us. I'm sure she's still... So, I think she's happy about that. Morgan's eventual return is expected to bring some tension, especially now that Perez has racked up major wins and is proving herself as a core member of the faction. With Liv out for months, fans are already speculating whether this will lead to a power struggle or a total shakeup in the Judgment Day. Please credit Ringside News if you use the above transcript in your publication. Do you think Liv Morgan will clash with Roxanne Perez once she returns? Please share your thoughts and feedback in the comment section below. Stone Cold, Steve Austin, Liv Morgan, Sheamus, and other current former WWE stars react to Bayley's personal update. Several current and former WWE personalities, including Stone Cold Steve Austin, Liv Morgan, and Sheamus, recently took to social media to react to Bayley's personal update. The role model got emotional after a meet and greet with fans. Bayley is one of the greatest names to ever step inside the squared circle. The former damaged CTRL member has been at the top of her game for many years, but her booking hasn't been great in recent times. On the July 14th, 2025 edition of WWE Raw, the role model locked horns with Lyra Valkyria in a 2 out of 3 falls match to determine the #1 contender for Becky Lynch's Women's Intercontinental Championship. Although the former women's champion put on an incredible display of action inside the squared circle, the bout ultimately ended in Valkyria's favor. As a result, Bayley will now miss SummerSlam 2025. Amid the frustrations of missing the biggest party of the summer, the role model took to Instagram to share a personal update of her meet and greet with fans in Detroit, Michigan. The 36-year-old said that she needed all the love from fans as her week had been exhausting, and she had the best time while meeting fans. It quote, a day I will be thinking about for a long time. Such a great day. Just want to make this video so everybody that came knows how much I appreciate it. Really needed that today. This week has been exhausting, and I had the best time, Bayley said in a couple of videos posted on her Instagram account, along with the gifts the fans gave her. Several current and former WWE personalities reacted with a like on Bayley's post, including Stone Cold Steve Austin, Liv Morgan, Sheamus, Nikita Lyons, Rhea Ripley, Shotzi, Raquel Rodriguez, Chelsea Green, Stephanie Vacker, Mia Yim, CM Punk, Damian Priest, Mickie James, JD McDonough, and more. Meanwhile, Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Pearce, Carmella, Nikki Bella, Maxine Dupree, Charlotte Flair, and Natalya left wholesome comments. Bayley was reportedly initially set to face Becky Lynch at WWE SummerSlam. As mentioned above, Bayley lost to Lyra Valkyria in the 2 out of 3 falls match to determine the #1 contender for Becky Lynch's WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. According to a recent report by Wrestling Observer, the Triple H-led creative team had initially planned a clash between the role model and the man for the women's IC title. However, plans later changed, and now Valkyria will face big-time Bex in a rematch at SummerSlam 2025. It remains to be seen if WWE has planned anything for Bayley at this year's biggest party of the summer. Fan of WWE star Liv Morgan facing federal stalking charges after breaking into wrestler's home for a friendly visit. A Canadian pro wrestling fan is facing federal stalking charges after showing up at a WWE superstar's Florida home and attempting to break in before leaving a handwritten note on the front porch explaining his friendly visit, according to an FBI probable cause affidavit reviewed by The Independent. The documents say 41-year-old Scarborough, Ontario resident Sean Chan obtained a passport last month and flew that same day to Orlando, where women's tag team champion Liv Morgan lives and trains. A's is customary in federal court filings. The affidavit, which was unsealed on Friday, does not identify the victim by name. However, it includes dates and details that match contemporaneous reporting regarding Chan's June 3rd arrest in Orange County on state charges related to Morgan. There was some initial confusion about the reasons for Chan's arrest, with some outlets conflating him with a second arrestee at the same location, on apparently unrelated charges. The newly unsealed affidavit, which has not been previously reported, provides fresh details about Chan and his alleged stalking activities. Chan does not yet have an attorney listed in court filings and was unable to be reached for comment. On May 26th, Chan boarded an Air Canada flight to Orlando, telling customs officials upon arrival that he would be staying at the WWE Performance Center during his stay, according to the affidavit. The center is a state-of-the-art training facility designed to develop well-rounded athletes with aspirations of joining the WWE, the affidavit explains. It does not, however, have any hotel rooms, dorm rooms, or other lodging. He approached the home through the yard instead of walking up the driveway and circled the property twice, the affidavit goes on. He then entered the front porch and reached down around the doormat, presumably looking for a spare key, the affidavit continues. Chan, it says, then touched around the bottom of the front door, swiped the locking mechanism on the door several times with his hand, grabbed the front door handle, and leaned into the door attempting to open it. After failing to get inside, Chan then retrieved a long air rifle pellet gun from the front porch wall, which had been left outside of the residence, the affidavit states. The air rifle is a Sig Sauer MCX .177 air rifle, capable of firing metal pellets at 600 feet per second. Chan can be seen sitting on the front porch with the pellet gun before, standing and walking to the front door. After loitering for more than 2 hours, seemingly waiting for Morgan to return, Chan left a note near some packages that had been delivered, according to the affidavit. Among other things, the note mentioned having been wronged by members of an online gaming community and said, "I came here to pay just a friendly visit, nothing more. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I was here." The note included Chan's home address and phone number. The affidavit says, on June 3rd, Chan appeared at the WWE Performance Center, where, the affidavit says, Morgan makes appearances. However, security personnel recognized Chan from the surveillance video and notified deputies who took him into custody. It is unclear if Morgan was on the premises that night. During a search of Chan's belongings, officers found 2 bottles of liquid with Chinese writing on them, the affidavit states. When asked what the liquids were, Chan stated they were medicines, one of which was to treat injuries such as bleeding, it says. Chan was also in possession of a Canadian passport in his name, which was issued May 26, 2025, the same day he traveled to Orlando. Morgan later told cops that she had been out of town when Chan was at her home and that she did not know him, according to the affidavit. She expressed concern that her home address was known to the public and that 2 other individuals had shown up to her residence without invitation or notice, the affidavit states. The victim explained she does not bring fan mail into the house because of the number of concerning messages she receives. Chan, who was indicted on Wednesday, is presently detained in the Pasco County Detention Center and is set to appear in Orlando Federal Court on July 18th for arraignment on 1 count of interstate domestic violence. If convicted, Chan faces up to 5 years in prison. Dominic Mysterio attacked Dragon Lee and El Hijo del Vikingo at the recent AAA Lucha Libre show. The former AAA mega champion had a loser leaves town match during this past weekend's AAA toppings, and Albert El Patron came out on the losing end. During the latest AAA Lucha Libre tapings, the former WWE champion battled his friend-turned-foe, El Mesias, and if he lost then, he would be fired from AAA. That match was a garbage-style main event that saw guitars smashed, wrestlers crashing through wooden boards, and low blow galore. It's unknown if WWE specifically made AAA book a loser leaves town match, but it's surely interesting that El Patron is fired from the promotion less than 3 months after WWE's acquisition. When the year started, Patron was the AAA mega champion, and it seemed like another lengthy run for the former WWE star. However, once WWE confirmed that they acquired AAA, then the 48-year-old dropped the belt back to El Hijo del Vikingo at the end of May, and now he's been fired from AAA. There's no word on where Patron could go next. He's burned bridges with TNA. Even if he didn't, TNA's partnership with WWE means they wouldn't hire him back anyways. Tony Khan has never shown interest in Patron. The former WWE star may continue working in Mexico, though it won't be for a company like CMLL. The only other major companies that might have interest in Patron is NWA, Major League Wrestling, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. However, NWA has some sort of partnership with WWE, as Natalya recently wrestled Kenzie Page at the Crockett Cup. New Japan, and to a certain extent, MLW has a partnership with AEW. Anything is certainly possible, but